Howdy everybody, once again coming to you from somewhere in the not too bad middle of nowhere today. It's hot, but there's not a lot of humidity, which means that you won't just die from it. And it's pretty good because I don't want to be all sweaty because we're about to do something kind of cool. We don't need to be sweating all over. What are we going to do that's kind of cool? Well, we're going to put some stain on this. We're going to use that to do it with. And first we're going to wipe it off again because we have fingerprints. Just places where you'll get a little oil just because you couldn't leave it alone. You had to touch it some more. And if you don't clean all that off, let's see if y'all can really see that or not, but everywhere I'm pointing is kind of where it got oily again. If you don't clean that off, it'll be there forever. You will see it forever. I've seen it way too many times on people's projects. I mean, just clear 4 fingerprints because they did something wrong. So, without further ado, let's just get into this. I'm trying to make it pretty quick. I don't know if we'll get through the whole thing or not. Take a clean rag. Clean-ish. And we are going to use lacquer thinner to wipe this off. Because it dries really fast and you can get to working on your project sooner. Also means you got to work fast with it. Hopefully I can get this because I don't have a lot left. Well, you don't have to put a gallon on there. You just got to wipe your stuff off clean. Whatever you think you got dirty, get in there and get all that oil off. But you're handling it with your bare hands. Oh well, when you get enough of lacquer thinner on your hands, it'll dry and smooth out. So, and that's a lesson to be learned too. Most of the time you're going to want to wear some gloves. Because if you have girl hands, it probably would burn them. Or get them nice and irritated anyhow. See how fast all that dries up? I mean, it's almost gone. It will evaporate, especially on a no humidity day. Yeah, while you're doing this, you kind of want to, handle it the least amount possible. I've got some dogs coming over here to help. I think we'll be cool. Put the top back on there and get it off the table. Take your little can of stain, man. Sometimes at the store it's been sitting for a long time. All your color's on the bottom. I'm just going to hold it up like this so it'll continue to dry. When it's laying on its side, it'll not dry as fast. I could take my clean rag, wipe it off a little bit more, and just help it. This is a big deal right here. a lot of times you'll just see guys, man, they'll dunk their rag right in there and start slopping and staining everywhere. You don't have to do that. You can use, I cut this off of a full-size sponge. Little piece, fits right in there. And y'all will see how many different emotions can you have at one time. Man, the suspense, the anxiety. What is this going to look like? 'Cause I have no idea what this is going to look like. And we are about to find out together. Because once you do this, man, there's not really a lot of going back. It takes a lot to get all this sanded off. So, just going to hope for the best. Well, most of the time, you're going to want to wear gloves while doing this. This is stain. It will stain your fingers. Your wife will appreciate it if you don't have stained fingers. Got a lot on the sponge. It's going on there real thick. Or thick. I say thick. I mean, there's just a lot on the sponge. Okay, man. Before it starts drying to its fullest, you gotta start wiping this off. Because it will dry way too dark if you don't try and clean it off. And you have a little while to work with it, man. But this stuff seems to be soaking in pretty fast. While you're rubbing on it, rub it in. Apply some pressure there, man. Rub that stuff in. Don't be scared. Put some elbow grease on it. You cannot hurt anything at this point. I think I like it. I was doing just about what I thought it was going to do. I see something here that I'm not digging. I didn't see before. Okay. Put some more on there. See, I think I got enough still on this sponge. I can keep going. Look at that. Pretty. Need to do this now, early today. I tried to do it even earlier. I'd gone all the way to Walmart this morning. And when I got home, I realized that I had the wrong stain. I'd ended up with some kind of a, and they put the poly with the stain, polyurethane, man, and I'm not, on some applications, man, poly's just fine. However, I want this to feel like a piece of wood, not polyurethane. And there's a big, big difference in look. Because this is going to have an oil and wax finish. You see that? I'm sweating all over it. You got to get that off. Or it'll push all that stain out of the way, since the stain is oil. Doesn't mix real well with your sweaty nastiness. That's why them fingerprints I was talking about start showing up, man. Plus, when you do this, just the oil and wax, it gives it kind of a pre-patina kind of look. I'm already getting it. I'm digging this. I wish I was a more of an artist, because I could engrave something, but because this is mine and I've done it and I know how to do it, I could always engrave later. So I sweated all over this. It looks horrible. I can see it. Now it's showing up in spots. So try not to touch it. Start rubbing that in really hard. Maybe we can get it to blend. I probably should have tried doing this inside, but it's very easy to make a mess with stain. I didn't want a bunch of extra cleanup because I spilled some in the house. There I go, sweating all over it. It's okay, man. No, I'm bummed about that, but if I wouldn't have pointed it out, you wouldn't have saw it. Funny how critical a person can be. I'm trying to do something nice. I see another spot right in here that I don't like. I can let this dry for a couple hours and stare at it some more and see if there's not some place I want to hit with a steel wool or something, so I can knock some of it off and add some more to it. I just don't like something later that I see. But I think after putting some, I think what I have is tung oil. I'm gonna have some tung oil on there, boy, rub it in real good and let it dry. Maybe tomorrow we can wax this thing together. I think we'll be able to get some oil on it tonight, this evening, depending on how carried away I want to get, what I'm feeling like later. Just keep rubbing it in. You see, I just changed rags. This is my brand new clean rag. And you're still going to get some off. It'll kind of look dirty or whatever. Because you don't want this to feel sticky. You want it to be all nice and smooth. Sticky is not really what you want. That means you got too much on there. Man, this is rubbing in nice. Looks like I did a fine job sanding, I guess. Everything looks pretty even. Already getting kind of satiny looking. Just don't want to touch it because I'm sweating now. You know, I just told y'all there wasn't any humidity. Might not be a lot of humidity, but it's still probably 95, 100 degrees outside. Noon. It might be 1 o'clock by now. We'll get some really nice depth on this after the oil. Alright, well, that's it, guys. There's not a lot more that you do. It's stained. Yes, I do see something. Get up in this trigger a little bit. But you know what? I'll put it back together. I may not need to mess with that. The trigger and housing and everything. Take care of all that. I don't know what I just saw right there. That was kind of weird looking. Like I said, man, I got till the end of the day to let this dry up some more. And we can look at it some more. But check this out, man. Sorry, guys. Back off a little. Yeah, man. I didn't do that. I was there. That was under 1 quart of polyurethane when I took off. Okay, man, I ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Oh, let's look what we got in here. If we can focus on any of this mess. Where am I? There we are. I like how this has kind of turned out. Oh, this is not bad at all. On this other side, see what we can see in here. I thought I'd seen a little bit of tiger striping somewhere. I don't know what all this is. It probably is a lot of where I could have gone a lot deeper sanding. And man, kind of got to call it good enough sometimes. Well, there we are, guys. We are stained. And, thanks for hanging out and watching me work. Maybe we can do another one this evening and get some oil on it and That's when it gets really cool, man. When you put that oil on there, because, man, it looks like it's getting deeper. It looks like it's starting to shine a little more and get all fancy. It's not a high gloss shine by any means. It's just deeper. And it brings them, makes the colors kind of come out a little bit more, start popping a little bit more. You just get to see more. I don't know, it's something about putting that oil on there, man. It makes things come to life. And then when you finally get to wax it, wow, that's when it gets good. Well, it's all good. And with that being said, y'all have a good day. We'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.